I'm going to read you two of my drabbles from Oceans. Are you ready for this? Unsuitable home. The sand tickled the child's toes as she bent to pluck the tiny shell from the rock pool. "Hold it to your ear and you'll hear the sea," her mother said. The hermit crab within felt it was time to move on. With a hurried squelch he slipped into his new home. "I hear nothing, Mummy," the child said, dropping the shell. The crab moved much deeper into his new home, enjoying the taste of it. "Mummy, I see nothing," the child staggered before falling face down into the sand and twitching. "Unsuitable home," the crab said, slipping from her nose. My other story is called The Coral Garden. Such a perfect ending to a crappy holiday, Wendy thought while floating on her back. As the light breeze brushed her cheek, she rolled over and gazed down. Through the crystal water, she saw her husband Tom waving at her. He swam seal-like among the brightly coloured corals and darting fish. Wendy calmly pulled the harpoon trigger. She enjoyed seeing Tom's shocked expression as the spear passed straight through him. No more than the bastard deserved, she deemed, Sid's finding out about his betrayal. Soon the circling sharks would follow the bloody trail. With determined strokes, Wendy headed to the shore. The Forest of Fear. Oh, sorry about this. Here we go. You ready? Homegrown. Before the sun came up, I'd harvest my first crop. It was easy. A romantic walk in a pumpkin field, just the mother of my unborn child and me. The moonlight was magical as it glinted off the blade. There was no understanding in her eyes as I raised the knife and drove it in. "Think of your unborn child," she cried. I had thought of nothing else while waiting patiently for her belly to ripen. How sweet the purest of blood would taste upon my lips before sliding luxuriously down my throat. I'd always preferred homegrown produce. Dark Moments, Year 1. Here comes the knock. Street lights darkened, laughter fills the air, eager fresh face dart everywhere. Trick or treat echoes in the porches. I drop the grubby net curtain, anticipation races through me, ghosts of my past gather. I wait in the shadows, the razor in my hand gleams. Here comes the knock. Laughter bubbles in my throat. Haven't their parents warned them about stranger danger? Trick or treat, mister. The blade bites as it finds its mark. How sweet and warm is the spray of blood as it runs down my face. Young flesh is far sweeter than their sugary sweets. My treat, I think. The Ancients. The wisdom of the ancient ones. Before the tomb I stood, deciphering the ancient carvings. Excitement bubbles as each notch explains the symbolism of the treasure that lies beyond. I lift my chisel and prise open the lid. Staleness chokes the air from my lungs as the tomb lid creaks and shudders back into place behind me. Within the array of sparkling stars, the wisdom of the ancient ones fill my labouring heart as the chisel clatters to the ground. In the darkness I drop to my knees, knowing death is the only escape, as my greed has snatched the greatest wealth of all from me. Unraveled. Firestarter. Beyond the rooftops, the sun explodes into a brilliant show of reds and oranges in the fading light. Such a simple joy to share before the noose digs in deep tomorrow. Some say it's no more than I deserve. How sweet the sun is to share its fiery light with me. Between the heat and the screaming, I cannot tell you which I most prefer. Such a silly mistake brought me here. I lingered too long. The dancing colours held me captured as I grasped the petrol can. Caught in the blue flashing light, I had nowhere to run. Hope you enjoyed it.